Hey everyone, we're here at Dorney Park today to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Thunderhawk. They've done Thunderhawk up really nice for the event, and they're also doing a bunch of exclusive events, including a nano coaster building contest. We'll show you the full lineup of events that we're going to be visiting today in a little bit in the video. We hope to get to as many of them as we can. So let's go take a look at what Thunderhawk looks like for this event. The fencing along the walkway that leads to Thunderhawk is decorated in this maroon and yellow and white bunting all along to match the color, well, relatively close to the color of the actual Thunderhawk sign. And the exit up here also has the Thunderhawk 100th anniversary symbols on it. Here's another look at the Thunderhawk 100th anniversary sign on the station, as well as those Thunderhawk 100th anniversary medallions that we just saw a minute ago. For the event, in front of the Thunderhawk sign at the entrance, they have this little camera. This little white stand is a camera. You can stand in front of it and have your picture taken with the Thunderhawk sign in the background. So he said he's going to just be here for today's event until 5 p.m. It's kind of nice that they will do that for you, though. Dorney Park gave out these buttons to the first X number of people who rode Thunderhawk this morning. I don't know exactly how many buttons they had, but it was quite a few. They had a giant cardboard box full of them after we rode, so we were each able to snag one. It's nice that it actually has 100th anniversary. This is a button and not a pin. I just wanted to clarify. That's not a pin, but it's really nice though. 100th anniversary of Thunderhawk button. This sign at the front of the park shows everything that's going on today special for Thunderhawk. We're going to try to take a look at as much as we can, especially food items, photo ops. They have a DJ, nano coaster building contest. If you're not familiar with what nano coasters are, we'll show you some of them later. They're showing a red-tailed hawk later. They have the 100th anniversary ceremony, as well as the announcement of the nano coaster winners. Then they have some music going, as well as the Hawk Live with Becker tonight. They have a few tents along the walkway right by the 3-point challenge game with a pop-up little museum here of older Dorney Park coaster items and other ride items. Here's the old Wild Mouse car from 1958 to 1965. Sky Fighter ride. Ooh, I couldn't imagine even trying to fit into that. For the 100th anniversary of the carousel.
They decided to change the
And then over here is the original Thunderhawk trains back when they had buzz bars on there. We never got to ride on buzz bars, and I think it probably would have been a lot more enjoyable that way. That's really cool. Mock Rides Calypso. And then the bumper boat is at the end of this museum. So it's a really nice little pop-up touch. On the opposite end of the pop-up museum is Alfundo's house, and they have a meet and greet with Alfundo here. You can see the times you can meet him. Occasionally, in addition to Alfundo, you can also meet Morgan, the mascot for Steel Force, over here, but it doesn't look like he's going to be out today. We walked by later in the day and Alfundo was out, so of course Jen couldn't resist the opportunity to have her picture taken with her favorite clown. They have some nice Alfundo cornhole boards here, right in front of his house. and also a little piece of Dorney Park trivia on the mailbox in front of the house. If anyone ever asks you the trivia question, what is Al Fundo's address? 3830 and a half Dorney Park Road. They have a nice dated sign on the side of their stage over by Dominator giving the date of the 100th anniversary celebration. It may be too late by the time you're seeing this video, but I'm going to zoom in over here on this QR code that they have on the sign in case you're interested in getting more information. If the camera will zoom in far enough. Let's see. There we go. That's as far as I can get it. So I hope you're able to scan this if you're interested. The restaurant on the side of the Coca-Cola refresh station as you make your way toward Demon Drop has a Thunderhawk themed menu. They have a couple of baskets, a Thunderhawk chicken wings basket, as well as a roast beef slider basket. They also have a side of fried ravioli is kind of interesting for a side. That seems more like an entree, but they also have a pineapple upside down parfait dessert. Here's a look at the Thunderhawk wings, which comes with an ear of elote street corn. Looks like you get 4 wings with this basket. So the wings turned out to be a kind of lemon pepper flavor. The lemon really comes through strongly, and then the pepper will hit you afterwards in the back of your throat. It had a lot of flavor. It was really good. It also turns out that there are 6 wings in here, not 4. 2 wings that look like were buried under there. So yeah, we both really enjoyed these wings, even though they were a little bit pricey. The corn turned out to be very sweet. The everything that's on it gave it a little bit of a spicy kick as well, almost like the wings themselves. So it was a good combination of flavors. We're not really sure what typically comes on elote corn, but this has a little kind of mayonnaise-y kind of sauce on it. It actually tasted great. We really enjoyed this meal a lot. Right next to the Burger Barn, there's a little pop-up shop, kind of like the one that we saw next to Steelyard Gifts for Iron Menace, except this one is all for Thunderhawk. They have a bunch of Thunderhawk 100 merchandise here. Of note, they have this Thunderhawk 100th anniversary coaster model,
guys, there's still time to sign up for the
and a coaster version of Thunderhawk over here.
If you win, you're going to bring home the big Thunderhawk 100th anniversary trophy.
Over at center stage behind Dominator, they are doing a nano coaster building competition complete with a DJ and a host over here going around talking to the participants.
Sideline reporter Bob has been relieved of his duties.
A select group of people registered for this, and they are judging on 3 different categories building the nano coasters.
A lot of age groups.
I don't normally mention the 3-point challenges that are at most theme parks, but this one is of particular note. They have a special bear wearing an Iron Menace shirt. It's in the cabinet with some of the larger stuffed items, so I'm assuming you need a pretty high score, probably a 16 or higher on the scoreboard to win that bear. There's a little impromptu stage set up here near the pop-up museum where they're going to be giving a Thunderhawk presentation later today, so we're hoping to be here to cover that as well.
Hello everybody, good afternoon. Welcome to Dorney Park in Wildwater Kingdom. My name is, as you heard, Ryan Eldridge. I am the manager of public relations and communications here at Dorney Park. We are thrilled and thankful that you've decided to join us here on this beautiful Saturday at Dorney Park. Let's hear it for Thunderhawk. Turns 100 years old this year. Yes. If you didn't know, its actual birthday was on March 30th. Of 1924. So we did a little birthday celebration with Thunderhawk. You can see that on social media back in March. Gave it some birthday gifts and a cake, of course. It stood on this property for 100 years. In a year full of historic moments, it's headlined by our newest roller coaster, Iron Menace. Ride it if you haven't. If you haven't, it's amazing. This celebration may be the most significant and dear to all of us. It's a special day for us here at Dorney Park because 100 years ago, Robert Plarr had a vision, Herbert Paul Schmeck had a plan, and Philadelphia Toboggan Coasters, they've been kind enough to join us today. They had the skill, along with our team here at Dorney Park, to erect this fine ace coaster landmark, and members of the American Coaster Enthusiasts are also joining us today. So yep, we can give it up for them too. Thank you for being here. Although Thunderhawk was just a simple out and back ride called the Coaster back in 1924, it would set the table for generations, creating memories for millions of enthusiasts and families across the globe, not just here in the Lehigh Valley. Today, we not only get to share some of those memories with you, and I know Tom has plenty of stories for us, we also get to say thank you to the men and women that have worked so hard to preserve this fine ride. Also, before I start, in addition to saying thanks to Ace and Philadelphia Toboggan for being with us today, I also want to thank the mayor of Allentown. The mayor is here. Matt, hello. Thank you for being here today. The president of the South Whitehall Township Board of Commissioners, Diane Kelly, is here today. Diane, thank you for being here. The vice president of the South Whitehall Township Board of Commissioners, Monica Hodges, is here today. Monica, thank you for being here today. And I also wanted to give a thank you to the governor's office, Governor Josh Shapiro's office, Senator Jarrett Coleman's office, and Representative Mike Schlossberg's office, who are all instrumental in helping me organize this event today. Thank you very much, and if any of you are in attendance, thank you for being here today. All right, we're going to move to talk a little bit more about Thunderhawk today. As I mentioned, our commitment to the history of Dorney Park as well will be a topic of conversation. Please welcome our Vice President and General Manager, Jessica Naderman, to the stage. I'm going to stumble there. I was doing well.
Thank you so much, Ryan, and thank you to everybody for being here today. In a year full of exciting new things, it's ironic that what brings us all together here today is a 100-year-old roller coaster. But that's really the story of Thunderhawk. Rides have come and gone, people have come and gone, but Thunderhawk remains. Through the years, its 65-foot drop, 45-mile-per-hour speeds, and classic figure eight have delighted guests of all ages. And it's possible because of the countless men and women who have worked to maintain it. In Pennsylvania, we celebrate and cherish our history, and it's with that in mind that I'd like to welcome the team from Philadelphia Toboggan Coasters to the stage.
So Tom, we have something a little more exciting coming for you. But for now, we've got something that we wanted to hand you as a thank you for 100 years of service to Dorney Park and Thunderhawk. All right. I think Tom's going to give a speech because Tom never misses a minute.
First off, thank you very much for inviting me here. I got to make it absolutely clear that I was not here 100 years ago when this was built, no matter what Cliff Herring said. But I have been with the company for 47 years, and I've owned it for the last 32 years. This is amazing. 25 years ago, I was here right around this area when it was the 75th anniversary, and I thought, this is pretty cool. This is just amazing. 100 years. The Dorney family, the Ott family, the family now that runs Cedar Fair, they maintain it, they run it, they trust us to take the cars in every year, and we do a winter overhaul for them, and it's just a pleasure. When they needed new trains back in 2016, Mike Fennell over there is nodding his head with the glasses, and he was the general manager at the time, and he invited us up here, and we sat and talked about it and what they wanted. We changed the style a little bit in the front end and locking lap bars, but it's still a 100-year-old structure. There were other rides that were involved with this, the journey through the earth, the center of the earth. There was a big rocket ship ride that we used to go around. Many changes happened, but this coaster is still here, after 100 years ago. I think they made a very good investment in keeping it back in 1924. Our shop, all our personnel, they look forward to working on it. They also bring their families here, so they get the chance to stand there and say, I did that. I worked on that. And it is a thrill to be part of the amusement industry. I never thought I'd ever say that when I was in high school. I had no plans of doing this. And first time I was at Dorney Park, I was 11 years old. And rode the Thunderhawk for the first time. It was 11 years later that I came to work for the company, and then it became my job to go out and work on them and ride them. So never know what you're planning for, and life gets in the way when other things happen, I guess. So it's just great to be a part of this family with the Cedar Fair Corporation, Dorney Park, and all the coasters that we help take care of. That's it. I got nothing else, but thank you very much.
All right, this mic stand. Tom, thank you very much. And with that, I want to welcome to the stage the president of the American Coaster Enthusiasts, Elizabeth Ringus, who has been kind enough to join us today.
Ryan, I am honored. Thank you for having American Coaster Enthusiasts out today to celebrate with all of you. I'm scared to touch it. To celebrate alongside all of you, including my fellow ACE members, is an honor. We get to connect across generations and experience history as we sit down in that coaster train. How many people here have ridden Thunderhawk with someone who has since passed away? It's about memories, and doesn't it bring back that emotion and memories when you ride that again? That's what preservation is about, and that's what ACE stands for. Thunderhawk is not just special to the Lehigh Valley, but to the world. It is one of the 10 oldest operating roller coasters in the world. That is incredible, isn't it? It was recognized as ACE roller coaster landmark because of this significance. But it is also one of the few continuously operating roller coasters. Think about what the last 100 years has brought to the world. The fact that we have been able to ride Thunderhawk throughout all of these 100 years and what has been brought to us in our lives is incredible. It's truly a salute to the individuals that have the determination and the intention to keep it running every day for us, isn't it? It is no small feat to do that. It's incredible, and I'm honored and hope you will all catch a ride today on Thunderhawk and make some special memories.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Yeah, so much of, thanks, James. So much of what makes Thunderhawk great is the community that it has built, a community that, of course, joined us today, and none of what we do is possible without folks just like you. So thank you for being here. I want to do a couple other thank yous before we get into the last part of our presentation. I wanted to thank, personally, our entertainment team, Phil Roth, Jonathan, and Tara. You guys have been fantastic putting together, I see Phil in the back, putting today together. So thank you for that. I also wanted to give a shout out to, I don't know if Schneck and Rich made it down here, but our graphic service team has been fantastic. There's Schneck in the back with the black on, but all the great signs you see, that's because of these guys, and they helped me put the museum together, so thank you for that. Also want to give thanks to the museum. If you guys haven't seen, I see Logan over here and the team, so if you guys haven't yet, go and check it out. A lot of the artifacts that we have here today are from the American Amusement Park Museum, and I see the Dennison family right down here, so thank you for all your support and your help with executing that, as well as Philadelphia Toboggan. Also, shout out to the rest of our team, operations, maintenance team, entertainment. It takes a lot of us to make this happen today. Admissions, I know I'm forgetting some, but thank you all for making this happen. All right, without further ado, I'm honored, this isn't from me, but on behalf of Pennsylvania Speaker of the House, Joanna McClinton, and State Representative Mike Schlossberg, to present our Vice President and General Manager, Jessica Naderman, with this official citation. Ooh, I feel like Vanna White. Recognizing the contributions of Dorney Park in celebration of Thunderhawk's centennial. Jessica? Very nice. Very nice. Thank you for that. No, Representative Schlossberg worked really hard on that, so thank you. I know you couldn't be in attendance today, but we really appreciate it.
So this, ladies and gentlemen, is my co-educator, my educator ambassador. Her name is Cyclops. We call her Cy for short. And this is a bird you've all seen flying around and in great numbers. This is a red-tailed hawk. And I'm going to turn her around so you can see that beautiful red tail that she's known for. She's missing her left eye. She was in a vehicle collision. She was brought into a rehab for an eye injury. The eye was later removed. But despite the removal of her left eye, she's still remarkably sharp and can catch her food in midair and can do some really amazing things. This particular bird is a carnivore. She's an obligate carnivore. She's going to eat a variety of different foods. She's going to look for squirrels, pigeons, mice, rats, rabbits, groundhogs, and she's going to eat what's available to her. So I'm just going to talk about some of my favorite things about the red-tailed hawk, and one of them is her amazing vision. She has very, very sharp vision, very 10 times that of a human being. She can see from circling above 100 feet down a little mouse. One other thing I wanted to mention about her skull and her vision was that she has very, very sharp color vision. So she can see ultraviolet, and then she can see red, green, and blue. But she sacrifices nighttime vision for that ultra-sharp color vision. So because they're daytime hunters, at night, you're probably not going to see them out and about. They're not hunting at night. You're probably just going to go hide away somewhere and wait until sun up.
On the way to Iron Menace, going into the steel yard, they added some foliage in front of the sign. It blocks it a little bit, but it also adds a little something, so it looks kind of nice. They added a new themed seating area. It's actually before you get into steel yard proper, but it's got a whole bunch of gears as a backdrop. And the bench itself that Jen is sitting on is actually a steel I-beam. So it's kind of a nice attention to detail here. We were hoping that the sipping container would be open when we walked by, but it's before noon. Still, we figured it's 5 o'clock somewhere, as they say, but nope, still not open. Of note though, they do have a brand new sign on the sipping container. It's much bigger and it pops a lot more. So it looks really cool. Just a minute after recording that clip, as Jen was taking some pictures, they opened the sipping container right at noon. Since the last time we were in Steelyard Gifts, there's a couple of shirts that I think are new. This Iron Menace 3/4 sleeve shirt, and this one around the back I think is also new. Price tag for that shirt is $26.99. Also something else I think they've added since the last time we were here, these Iron Menace picture frames and some ornaments of Iron Menace, Steel Force, and Hydra. The ornaments, they feel like they're made of a hard plastic. They are $21.99 and the picture frames are $39.99. Here's a column of what I believe are mostly new things. They have this Iron Menace baseball cap, this Iron Menace floppy hat with a Forge Your Own Fate. The inside looks like molten iron, molten steel, which is really cool. That hat is $19.99, not too bad. Below that are some water bottles, which I know we've seen before, but then beneath that is a Forge Your Own Fate Iron Menace t-shirt that I'm pretty sure is new. It's got Iron Menace Dorney Park on the sleeve. And that shirt is $26.99. I know we've seen this hoodie previously, but this one may or may not be new. I'm not sure. Don't entirely recognize this one. The sleeve of it in orange says Forge Your Own Fate. I know it's kind of hard to see, but it's got orange cuffs and orange strings. So this may have been added since the last time we were here. Overlooking Iron Menace's first drop, last time we were here, there was a bunch of bare pavement. They added a bunch of tables here now for the restaurant, the Iron Mill that's right next to this area. During the construction of Iron Menace, they also removed a large Rita's building. They replaced it with this little Rita stand right here. So it's not quite as good as having a full Rita's, but hey, at least you can get some Italian ice over here still. Your gratuitous Iron Menace wait time update at a little after 12, with the park having been open for over 2 hours. It's only a 10-minute standby wait. I absolutely cannot wait for the return of the Ghost in the Machine haunted house at Haunt this year at Dorney. If you're a fan of haunted houses, I cannot recommend this house enough. Every time we're here, I think I say something about it just because it was so amazing. Since I didn't really get to get a good up-close look at this when we were here for opening day of the coaster, here's a look at the theming right at the start of the queue for Iron Menace. The McTavish office and all the boxes on the desk. I love the authenticity of the sign. There's also things on the other side to look at, little props. Looks like people left in a hurry. And then, of course, Hiram McTavish's office door. For those of you 21 and up, the Funnel Cake and Ice Cream place by Dominator serves adult milkshakes if you are interested. It doesn't list the flavors on the outside, and unfortunately the store is closed at the moment, so I can't go inside and see what kinds they offer, but it's nice to know that you have an option here. Okay, so the restaurant opened up later in the day. Looks like the adult beverages are a chocolate milkshake, an Oreo milkshake, or a Kahlua milkshake. Each one is $16.29. Here's a look at Dorney Park's entertainment schedule for the summer. From May 10th to September 2nd, there is a character meet and greet for the Peanuts characters. There's Snoopy's Dog Days of Summer, the Steel Pan Jam, which is a new show, the Beach-tivities Live, the Hot Rhythm Night, as well as the Peanuts Block Party, Three Little Birds, and Dorney Park's Summer Nights, which is another new event going from July 13th to August 18th. And you can check out their full schedule of events at this QR code right here. We don't often stay at parks until nighttime, but we're really hoping to get some nighttime rides on Iron Menace today. It would be our first time riding it at night, so we're really looking forward to what this is like at nighttime. There was a supposed rattle that people keep talking about on the coaster that I thought was kind of strange because I had never experienced it before. Maybe it's because I sat in the wrong rows. I was actually in the third row for the first time tonight, and I did notice that rumored rattle. I experienced it for myself. It's kind of a shame that I felt that. I was hoping people were misremembering their ride experience or something, but Nah, it rattled a little bit, but I didn't notice it in the first 2 rows, so that's good at least. On the right side, it looks awesome to see the molten iron pit past the drop lit up at night, so that's a really nice touch and a fun ride. I'm hoping the rattle was just a fluke. So that's our look at Thunderhawk's 100th anniversary celebration here at Dorney Park. They really put together a lot of fun stuff, and we really enjoyed everything they did. We also enjoyed taking a look at the other additions they've made to the park. I was surprised to find that they made so many other changes since the last time we were here, because it hasn't even been that long. So if you enjoyed the video, and also if you enjoyed the new camera, if it was even noticeable in this video, we would appreciate it if you would give this video a like, and also subscribe to the channel. Every like and subscribe is a big help to the channel. Also, please be sure to check out our Instagram page, which is appearing right over the sign behind me. Below that is our Threads handle. And then at the bottom of the screen is our email address. We will read every email. You can send us questions, concerns, comments, constructive criticism. We appreciate any feedback that we receive, so thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for watching, but the fun's not over yet. Click the box in front of my face for another fun video, or click my tree to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss another video.